The views and opinions expressed on this panel are those of this panel and are for entertainment purposes only. Do not, and I repeat, do not try this at home. And don't whine in the comments when you don't like it. We don't care. I'm on mute again, my bad. Welcome back to Commission Reviews. We are back. Starting on the right note as usual. My girl Patty Mike is back in the building from her trip, looking good in white. Her whole look was cute the whole weekend, baby. I was loving the bob and everything. I was like, come on, sis. Okay. My girl Dina, look, let me tell you something. Dina's my rider, period. Okay. We'll be in the car. She said, I'm gonna get on the lag. I thought she was gonna be here, but as she is always coming through in the clutch. Do you what I'm gonna ask sis, because she probably will say yes, I don't know. Are you able to do a recap or we gonna just get to it?
Okay. Oh, you ready for the recap?
Yeah, go ahead, mama.
Okay. My bad.
No, you good.
Okay. So I kind of had watched it like real fast. So they had everybody out at the land, and they were talking about how much it was gonna cost to do the build out with the homes. They looking at $7 to $10 million. Then Nicole was having a conversation with her mama about having another baby, and then but with the time constraints, they don't know, but she don't want her child to grow up alone. They also, the mama was trying to tell her how everything came to be, but for her own peace of mind, she didn't want to hear the conversation. And then they went to a dinner where they met Caramel more formally, and was trying to get to know her and letting her know how the family felt about her. Apparently, leading into the end scene and next week, Keisha must have got chewed out in the car. And there's some drama that happens. And then there's a scene with Keisha and Caramel about getting a house before they get married. And then Chris and his contract. And then Nicole cooking with Granny. That's pretty much what I got.
No, that was good. You got it going on. Okay, so that's perfect. Okay, so yeah, Shelton and Aisha and Kevin, friends of the family on everything. They are seasoned real estate developers. They was with Aunt Nikki, and yes, they was looking at the land and everything. And so I guess so far from what we're hearing, Nicole is not 100% on board with the whole situation. 25 to 30 homes, 300K cost to build is $7 to $10 million. They are recommending build to rent as a legacy. That part to them makes sense. The issue that's coming in is you got G1 and G2 almost to the point of battling a bit, because even when Auntie was standing there, and I've standing there with your auntie telling you out of line because she's saying the grandkid looking at it like this: y'all want granny to sell this land to pay y'all bills and mortgage and all the things, and we want to have a legacy. And in a sense, I think they're both correct because they're both owed to it. The granny's looking at, these are my children, and I'm alive, and I want to see them, enjoy once I sell this right now. So I want to start with that. Abby, what are your thoughts, Mama?
I am on the side of keeping the land and developing it. I'm like with whoever said, if you sell it, you only get the money one time.
Yeah,
but
that was just the family
and develop it, then that's always continuous money, regardless of what happens, high, lows, whatever.
Right.
You've developed this land, and if y'all maintain it appropriately, y'all will continue to eat off of this land for years to come, past your generation, past your kids' generation, past your kids' generation. Like, it'll just continue to feed the family on and on again. And I think it's short-sighted to just sell the land and just get what you can get for it when you have the ability to be able to get it developed and do what needs to be done so that y'all can eat. So everybody can eat, not just.
Right. No, agreed. Dina?
Hold on. I got some drama going on in the street here.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Look, this man was just walking in the middle of the street, like down the middle of the street. Okay. Like I said last time, I think that the G2s, if they should buy the land from Granny and use equity in the brokerage firm, or get a what they call a commercial loan to build out the $7 to $10 million. Like I said, I wouldn't bring in any additional investors, but I think with their long-standing history in the community or whatever, they could get that money, or they pull their money together and then get a loan for the remainder or whatever. That way, the G1s get their little $800,000-900,000, and Granny can see them do what they do with their money, and then I feel like what I call sweat equity. Like, I feel like the G2s would appreciate it more and work harder with their own money, or invested in it.
Well, I want to say first shout out to people who coming in the chat from Ebby Reviews channel and Receipt Queen's channel as well. I know that Xavier put in the chat, and I think it's part of Ebby's channel. I think G2 is scared that G1 is going to squander the money. I mean, the way the auntie and Jamisha could look, auntie was like, she being disrespectful because, you kids are looking at the whatever, are thinking that we're just trying to get Granny's money, which I don't know. When we came up, we had to grind and work for the parents, before y'all was even born. So I understood the auntie side, because the auntie probably looking at it like, we actually had it harder than you guys, you know what I'm saying? And you guys are tripping because Granny wants to give us the money. Now, I do agree with you guys are saying as far as, cost to build. It's a lot of money, but the investment will be worth it for generations to come. So I think they should keep it. But I know it's going to be an issue a little bit because you got Jamisha, who is pushing this, and then you have Nicole, who is kind of saying, okay, it's cool, I'm with you guys, I want to do it, but what does Granny say? As Jamisha calls her, Oscarine Jr., I died when she said that. I was like, but that's pretty much what she's saying. So I get everybody's side, but I feel like that investing in the land is the way to go. So Nikki and her mom, Nikki, and her mom Joy go to dinner. She looks like her mom a lot too, and she's talking about having another child. Nikki is, even though her life is so busy, her and Larry's, but she wants to have another baby. And she said that she almost went to in vitro, but she got pregnant. Her mom was saying she didn't know that. Then they jumped into talking about the whole thing with Keisha, which I was intrigued with because, of course, her and Keisha had that one-on-one conversation, which was productive, and she don't want nobody outside saying anything. But when her mom brought up the situation where, of course, these babies were 5 years old, only a few months apart, she doesn't want to get into that at all, which I understand that. I do. So I wanted to kind of start with that. What do you guys thoughts? I know Dina spoke a lot about this last time. People really loved the conversation that Dina had because she said she has background about this. So what do you want? You got some thoughts, Mama? Go ahead.
Well, I personally thought the viewers should get the story, and even Nikki said that she was like, my mom does feel not heard at times, but for her peace of mind, she didn't want to hear the conversation. Now, for the viewers, I feel like to understand the disconnect between Keisha and Nikki, that maybe we needed to hear the story. But I get where Nicole's coming from, but this is, for me, should have been a confessional moment with the mama where she explains to us what took place. Now, like I said last week, based on my research, I believe Nicole was born in January and Keisha was born in May. And so the mama alluded to that long before y'all was even born,
right,
it was some drama going on. So I feel like there's a Shirley Barber conversation on that took place on number 1 or 2 or 3 or a number of times or whatnot. So, okay. Cool, I get it. But so I just don't like the speculation. They're so open on some other things, and we're alluding to it, which I believe somewhere in the season we will get the full story, because they did show in the this season on, it looks like there's some kick up with what's their daddy's name, and
I forgot. I got written down somewhere. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forget the daddy's name, but him and Keisha, it looks like they're at some type of family function, and they telling him about himself, how he didn't step up or whatnot or whatever. So I feel like we're gonna get the whole story eventually. Although I will say this, I feel like Nicole and her mom have a great communication in their relationship, because they can sit down and talk about wanting to have another baby. They, the mom wanted to open up with her about it, even though she shut her down. I feel like they talk a lot about deep subjects, and they're like, it's like once your kid gets to be an adult, not they're still your child, but now they're like your little mini, as I call my kids, my little broke best friend.
Tamasha said, "What's up, Tamasha?" Said, "Mr. Frank Jr." I could not think of
Yes,
it.
Frank. I'm sorry. But they got another Bubba. I think they call him Bubba too.
They do.
Yeah. And so I know that there's a scene where they kind of kick up some dust at one of the family functions.
Before Abby, Xavier said, "I just want to know which aunt introduced Keisha and why did she do that? That was messy, child." Abby,
hold on, I'll be right back. It's
Okay,
been a
Mama.
rough day. I gotta go to the liquor store real fast. Hold on.
Okay.
Why would you go into
Oh,
look? So
geez.
first of all, I don't even want the mothers. I want both mothers. Well, you can't do both mothers because the one mother is dead. I would like the remaining people of this triad to be put in confessionals and asked to explain what happened. I want, especially the daddy. I don't even need the other mama. Put the daddy on the hot seat in a confessional, and make him explain what happened.
Yeah.
And how we got to this point. Because I too have my own experience in this, because my son and his brother are 3 months apart. His brother was born in November and my son was born in January. So I have the same experience as being one of the mothers in this particular thing. And I know my issue is that I was lied to and told that he and I were in a relationship and she was his ex-girlfriend. He told me he had broken up with her.
Mm-hmm.
And she lived in a different state. She lived here in North Carolina and I was in Virginia. He lived in Virginia. He was in the military. And he would occasionally go home, to see his family and stuff. And I never questioned it. I was in high school. I was 17. I was stupid. I didn't know any better. And so when I got pregnant and I told him I was pregnant, that's when he had to come clean and tell me that he was still.
Hold on, Dina. I don't know why. It's an echo, Mama. Okay, go ahead, baby.
Okay. And that's when he had to come clean and tell me that he had been lying the whole time. And not only had he never stopped dating her, but they had gotten married and he didn't tell me. And she was pregnant as well. So,
what?
I would personally like to see the baby the daddy in this situation sit down and explain how you got two women pregnant in order for them to give birth 5 months apart from each other. And wasn't he married at the time?
Yeah, probably so, because they're only five, because they're both the same age as she's showing here on this picture, and they said they're only like 5 months apart. So and maybe Nicole is shutting that down because she doesn't want to hear about it. But I'm with Abby. I really, the daddy honestly is the one that should be like, look, this is actually what happened. And the mama looks like that was probably a lot. I can imagine being in that family and everybody knows that he got a baby the same age as my kid. And I know how we are as a black people. We probably were doing all kind of being messy. And because I have a cousin that's, I'm not going to get into all that. But what I'm saying is I know how people act funny. They do. That's,
right. But I understand why the aunt introduced Keisha to the family, because it's not Keisha's fault that she's here and that her daddy was doing dirt. It's not her fault, and she shouldn't be penalized and not be a part of the family because her daddy was being a messy jackass and doing shit he had no business doing. So it's not that baby's fault. So I'm not mad that Keisha got introduced to the family because they her family too.
And the auntie may have looked at it like, you know what? Let me go ahead and let the baby kind of incorporate the family because she probably feels funny. The grown people who are the adults are probably treating her funny. She don't know what's going on. Let me go ahead and bring the baby in. Hey, this is your cousin. This is your auntie. This is your such and such. And, just get it going. She was being an adult, in my opinion. Period. Because you know how grown people act. They don't have good sense. Even though that child ain't got nothing to do with it. Probably was being weird.
Against a child. What the child do? The child 100%. Didn't ask to be here.
And that's sad.
We're gonna discuss how this generational curse of cheating is gonna come back around with Keisha.
Girl, let me tell you. Okay, so not the generational curse. So okay, we got into that, which was really good. So the one-on-one talk and the mom and everything else, and we'll talk about the things apart. Let's go ahead and get. And they also talked about the brunch. They spoke on that. She kind of just catching her mom up on everything, but Nicole is still concerned as far as Granny, her being okay with all this. I could tell she just, even though she's saying, Jermisha talking to her on the side is cool, but I can also tell she's not comfortable with that. Do you foresee that being a problem between the sisters? Because Nicole is kind of like,
I feel like Nicole is like want to be teacher's pet. That's what it gives me. Like she's like, she don't care what you niggas say. She gonna stay on the right side of Miss Oscarine because she know Miss Oscarine, God bless her. We don't know how long she has in this world, and she want to be on the right side of that wheel. And she don't care what she got to do or what she got to say. She going to stay on the right side of Miss Oscarine, regardless of what y'all trying to do. She going to be in Miss Oscarine's pocket.
I just think that she looks up to Oscarine and don't give a care what else this is talking about. I just think that I don't know about the other stuff. I just think that that's their mentor to a point, all of them. And I just think that she's like, whatever Granny say, I don't want to make Granny mad. That's the way I was looking at it. I don't want to make her mad. I don't want to piss her off. You know what I'm saying? Whatever she wants, she gonna get it. If she say yes, I'm cool with it. But if she say no, I'm cool with it too. That's just how I was looking at it. Dina, thoughts? Oh, she's still getting her stuff. Okay, hold on. So that's my thoughts on that.
Round package.
Yeah. She needs it. Trust me, she needs it. I don't know why. Yeah, we can hear you.
You want me to go out and come back in?
Yeah, come back in. Yeah, do that for me. So yeah, hey everybody coming to the chat. How y'all doing? From all channels. I appreciate y'all coming through on this Saturday. We just want to like this show too because the discussion that we have be on some other shit. It really do be. Let's go ahead and get into the Chris situation real quick. So, before the Chris thing. So, also too, the auntie was sitting back because when I loved how they was talking about how there's only 6% Black realtors. They really was getting into some good discussions at the brunch and everything else. Now, and then they also brought, the girlfriend was there. She's I guess is a real estate agent, and Lakeisha wants to kind of learn more about the business, and so. When Jermisha's talking up there and having her little talk, Nicole just walks up and just kind of took over the situation. The auntie was like, look, she said in Nicole's defense, hold on, Dina just came back. She said in Nicole's defense, she said if Jermisha wants to, she has to stand up for herself, pretty much what she's saying. So I can't be mad at that. So Dina, I forgot what I asked you before you left out of here.
Okay, what's the question?
We don't know. We don't
know.
Nicole and Granny. We give up.
Yeah, I think it's always that you got to get in where you fit in. Let me tell you something. And when you know where your bread is buttered, you're not going against that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong or whatever, because here's the thing. Going with Oscarine, you can't lose. You know what I'm saying? Now going against her, you could probably lose. So, you got to go with what's right. But the way it seems to me, the family dynamic and everything is set up that Oscarine, I don't care how. What they say? She 86.
I think so.
Yeah, she real sharp. And I said before that I bet back in the day she was hell to be reckoned with. So, she may have lost her little voice a little bit, but she's still sharp as a tack at 86. Okay, She moving around that kitchen and cooking and whatnot. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right, exactly. Guys, if you just come into the chat, do me a favor, please, and hit that like button and subscribe. I'm Really happy to the new subscribers have come through lately, new members. Again, guys, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe. To all the people that's up here on this panel, my beautiful queens. I know Ebby has her cash app there. Dina usually drops it in the middle. Do me a favor, please, and drop something in their cash app, please. And also, all the things that we do here are going to be always on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and other things, normally within 24 hours when I can get to it. So if you are not able to get to these lives or anything, you can listen to them all on the podcast. All right. I'm sorry. I had to get all that out. So with the other question I asked Dina, I was going to ask Ebby, but well, the auntie was kind of saying that Nicole took over the conversation to hope when they had to brush with all the realtors. So go ahead. I wanted to hear your opinion about that.
I was gonna be like, oh, after I did my recap, I forgot about the brunch, and I think Nicole is just, she has a thought and she wants to get it out there. I don't think she's necessarily doing it to steal shine. I think she was doing it to like, hey, we are a luxury brokerage and black luxury brokerage. Where I forget what number they said in Houston, might be number 1, I forget. But if they not number 1, then they number 2. In far as relation to what they can offer and how big they are and how they've grown from just the 2 of them. So I think sometimes she feels like y'all need to know where we came from, where we're at, and how people value and look at us and in our legacy, and what this. When you stamp that Braden brokerage name on a document, what that actually means,
I love that, Ebby.
No, sis got to take over spirit. Okay, let me be very clear about what that was. That was, I'm the face. I am the leader of this whole situation, even though you have put this brunch together and you have facilitated all of these things. Let me just come up here so they understand who it really is and what it really is. And I am the voice and the face of the situation. And even though what she said is real cute, let me explain again. Let me reiterate what she just said, because it don't mean nothing unless it's coming from me. That's what it gave me. Now, I could be wrong, because I couldn't have put out my pocket whatever it costs to do this brunch, and I am facilitating this brunch, and I have not asked you. You are not on the program to speak at this particular brunch, because it is me coming back after I've been on maternity leave or Mexico or wherever the hell she was. And I'm coming back and I'm like, okay, I'm reestablishing who I am in the company so that you can get to know me and blah, 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 and all of those things. And you going to come up here and try to overtalk me and say the same damn thing I just said. Hey, daughter, listen, I appreciate you, but I got this. Thank you so much. Thank you. We just love for you to take a seat and enjoy the rest of the brunch with the rest of our brokers. And then I would go back into my speech because, hey.
But that's what the auntie was saying. She did not do that, Ebby. That's the whole thing. That's the whole. But see, okay. So for me, I looked at it like big sister, little sister. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, because I am a big sister to a little sister. And it's just like, okay, girl, I know y'all talking, but okay. So I'm fun too. And I know it's takeover spirit, but just like I'm big sis, I'm just gonna just do this, period. And as little sis, she does the same thing a little sis does. Big sis is talking, I'm gonna stop. So when the auntie is saying she gets both sides, I get what the auntie is saying. I get Nicole doing her thing, but Jamisha should have did what Ebby said. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. Da da da. But anyway, and I believe da 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 da. So I think everybody can be right about the situation. Dina, you settled, Mama? Or you ready to jump in?
Yeah, I'm settled. Because, like I said, I was a little on fast forward trying to get through everything. So, yeah, that does make sense. But the part I saw, it was a luxury brand thing. I thought it was her turn to talk. So that's on me. because I didn't watch it in its entirety. Come on.
They literally showed Nicole getting up while Jamisha was talking. Nicole goes up there and just starts talking. I was like,
Right, and I saw that part, and I saw when they did the confessional where the auntie was like, "Yeah, she's a star stealer or shine stealer or whatever," and I was like, "Wasn't it her turn to talk?" But now that it all makes sense, like I said, I was, I was trying to get through it.
well, like I say, I mean, that's the way I looked at it. Nicole is a big sis, and when you're a big sis, it does give that. I'm not gonna lie, and I say this from experience. Because when I saw her do it, I said to myself, Commissioner, would you be doing the same thing? Where I would just politely go up there. But like I said, it just depends on what's going on or whatever. But I'm just saying that is a big such a thing to do. But I also understand Abel's point as well. And I understand what the auntie is saying as well. Little mama just looked to the side and didn't even.
And she took a step. I wouldn't have done because I'm a little sister, and I know my
Okay.
sister has she'll have a takeover spirit too because she thinks she's the oldest and she know every damn thing.
Right.
And she's the authority on such and such and so and so. Hey, broad. Hey, I'm also grown. I'm also well versed in whatever the fuck it is that I'm talking about, and I did not need an assist from you. Please have a. This is my thing that I am in charge of, that I put together. Please have a seat and just enjoy and let me do what I'm doing. If you want to do something different, then the next time you host the brunch with the brokers, and then you can say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Right.
But as of right now, this is my event, and I am in charge. No one asked you to speak. Please have a seat. Thank you. I love you.
Right. Okay. So now I want to go ahead and jump into my notes is giving. We really going to get to some things. So let's go ahead and talk about how they feel like. Well, how the auntie. I mean, wait. How they said that Carmela is a Keisha's accessory. When I tell you, this remind me of my family discussions on an everyday basis. I said, Jesus help. I said, oh my God. I was just looking at this like this is crazy, but normal for me. So they was being real. They were being really transparent with her. I could tell Carmela was taken aback because she's probably not used to that. She's not a part of the family, which is also on Keisha. I would say that as well. So even though they don't really know her and she's been together with her 2 years, it's on both parties, Keisha and the family. Because at the end of the day, the girlfriend has no idea about nothing. All the information she's hearing for the first time, this is like a 2-year catch up or some shit. So she don't really know anything. She just kind of like ambushed to a point, and that still also falls on Keisha. Some of that's on the sisters too, but you know what I'm saying. It's just a lot of
But okay, but you have to take into consideration the timeline. I'm not exactly sure when the aunts introduced Keisha in, and then the timeline of when her mother passed away, and how new the relationship was between Keisha and Caramel, and you know what I'm saying, at the time her mama passed. Because with the whole ex-girlfriend calling, was she calling to offer condolences or to be there for her? Was she calling to get back with her? You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of my exes who have had people pass on, and I call. I ain't blowing up the phone though. I will call or send a text message. Hey, I'm sorry to hear. Blah 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 blah. Reach out if you need something. When the service is, where can I send food or flowers or whatever? But I'm not blowing up the phone. So I need a little more context there.
well, Keisha said that they had a line, and she said she was friends with her ex, okay, and Carmel, is it Carmela? Am I saying Caramel? I'm sorry, Caramel said Caramel. Okay, Dina. Caramel said that she did not want her to be friends with her, so they would have an issue with that. But there's a more to the story because she even said in another scene, you didn't tell her what you did. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right. So there's that. But initially, yes, you are right. It is up to the person, and and it also depends on how comfortable you feel with your family. If she is feeling like an outsider already, in that she's a different one, everybody else has husbands, and she has a girlfriend.
You're not running down the street to introduce this person to your family and screaming and hollering, hey, this is my boo thing, because you're different. You're already the outsider. You're the outside child.
Right.
You live a different lifestyle than everybody else. So, it's difficult I think it would be difficult for her to just run in and be like, hey, this is my girlfriend. Treat her like your husbands,
So before I will get to this message, I wanted to say I see people coming into the chat. Welcome to Community Reviews from Ebby's channel. I'm sorry, Ebby Reviews from Receipt Queen. Welcome y'all to the channel. I want to start doing that more because I know it becomes different channels. I appreciate y'all coming through and joining us this Saturday. The message I got here is with the long message that she sent to everyone. But before we get to the message, Ebby, what are your thoughts about that also? Because I'm gonna give my thoughts as well as far as that whole conversation.
Well, first of all, let me start here. I'm assuming that the ex-girlfriend heard that girl's mama passed away, and she called, and as I have, when the parent is gone and I knew the parent, I'm going to call that person and say, hey, are you okay? Do you need anything? I'm going to extend myself in that manner. It has nothing to do with me trying to get back with them. That's just, I'm a decent human being. And I knew that I knew your parent. And now that I know what it's like to lose a parent. So therefore, I'm going to extend myself in that manner. Are you okay? Do you need anything? I'm going to try to inquire what's going on. All of those things. That's what I'm going to do as just a decent human being.
Right.
However, I also understand girlfriend's upsetness because I done told you about this broad. Now, I don't think I would push it because I know your parent just passed away. Not hours after your parents just passed away. I don't think I'm going to push it like that.
Yeah, 48 hours. She said 48 hours
after her parents died, and people are calling. I'm sure she's getting phone calls from all over the place, from 10 million different people. Little person, say hi to the people and get out.
Hi, people.
Hey, Pookie.
Hi.
Hey, Princess. Sorry, I love you. Look, that's my other look. Yeah, you understand. This is my other panel member. He, he's getting a little older. He's still handsome. So yes.
Okay, bye, Tibby.
I pretty much have adopted him, y'all. I have another.
Listen, my grandson, he gonna make an appearance.
Look, I adopted him. He's part of the family over here. It's all good. He's everything.
Listen, now let me go check on my kids there.
Tamasha crazy. Tamasha's the up-and-coming blogger. She's actually covering the show as well. So she just started her YouTube channel. So she covers it also. So yeah, go ahead.
He back 30 seconds later. Look. What?
He's a star. Okay, in the making.
Go sit down, movies. All right. So, Lizzie, listen, I would make certain allowances, but apparently you cheated with this girl. At least that's what I got from the conversation that they had later on down the line, is that she cheated. Thank you. Thank you. So she cheated with this girl. So I understand the extra level of, now why this bitch calling?
Oh Lord Jesus, not wide up. Okay, so
because I would answer, but I would have answered the phone and been like, thank you for your condolences. She can't come to the phone right now. We're good for right now. If we need anything, we'll reach out. Thank you. In the conversation. Since you feel a way about that girl calling, pick up the phone and speak to her so that you know exactly what the conversation is.
Right. Period.
And I said, and I'll be like, oh, she can't come to the phone. She's really upset. She's not really talking to people right now. Thank you so much for your condolences. We're good for right now. If she needs anything, she will reach out to you when she's talking to people. Point blank, period, and cut it off right there. And then it's nothing. Because she didn't talk to her, and you have communicated that we good over here, and if we need you, we'll call you. And then it just be what it is.
I know one thing. when I want to professionally tell somebody to go long and get off and get the hell on, I'm calling Ebby. How I say this in professional talk?
not God, you see me putting the Texas State in the chat. These are member emojis. If you are on YouTube, I'm sorry. These are member emojis. Once you join a membership, you can check out the new emojis that I have created. Look, I am on like branding and promoting.com today. I don't know what it is, but anyway, it's all good. So I want to give my 2 cents about this. What I'm gonna say is, as far as somebody calling somebody passed, I do agree with Abby and dealing with this. If you have an ex and somebody did die or whatever, especially a parent, that's your a parent. Like, come on. When you look at that's not like a cousin, friend, or uncle. That is your parent. Yes, I'm gonna call and check in and da da da. Now, the over and over calling, that's something else. It seems like there's something else on the side. I don't know. Then the girlfriend has said respectfully, I don't want you messing with her, or even on the friendship level. And she admitted she was accountable where she said that she was not supposed to do that. She did it anyway. So I don't know what happened with that. Just like with Abby, I agree when she said they don't know what you did, because you got the sisters looking at her for over a year, holding it over her head, and not knowing the content, the gravy and the grits in the middle. So yes, I can understand why the family would feel some type of way, because mama, you ain't tell everything. If I was Karen, man, I'd be pissed at Keisha. Like, girl, I'm gonna tell you what the real tea is. This is why I was acting the way I was acting. Because just like Gina said, there's gonna be more content, because this is such a bad situation where someone just passed. The family looking at her like, why aren't you just consoling her? And to be honest, to be fair, even if stuff was going on, in my opinion, I still wouldn't have brought it to that situation. Regardless of what's going on, we're
And let
not
me
gonna
tell
have it.
I think this ties into the scene that is leading
Hey, Raven.
into the next one, because they said if my husband slept with somebody else after his mama died, and then you said I wouldn't say nothing, but I think they was being sarcastic. So I am thinking that the way they're alluding to this, it might not be true because you know how they be chopping it up.
Right.
But they're alluding to that maybe Keisha slept with this girl or cheated on Caramel because the girl was consoling her when the mama died, and then they slept together. I'm thinking that's where we're going with this.
Shout out to you, Raven. You one of my members and supporters. I see you be on everybody's you support, show love. Want to give you a shout out. Welcome for being in the chat. Yes, the text message. Let's get this real quick. So, my girlfriend, I know that time was very sensitive, and I do understand everyone's opinion, but that's my girl, and I know how to handle my situation. All y'all had to do was ask and not assume. Yes, it looked one way, but I got it. I know I'm as talkative about my personal stuff as much, but ask, I'll tell you what I want you to know. I will bring it up again to protect my baby, but she's a good one. And I got the other part.
Now, who wrote this message?
This is Keisha. She sent this message to literally the entire family, apparently. The auntie included. I was like, damn. Oh, no, that was the end. I'm sorry. This is the beginning. I messed up and read the wrong one, but it says, hello there. Do I have it on screen? There we go. So I apologize. I read the wrong one first. Doesn't matter. Hello there. Afternoon. I love y'all. And I understand how y'all are as a family, but I didn't like that it's been a year and y'all talking amongst each other and not informing me of y'all feelings about my girlfriend. I know that time was very sensitive, and I do understand everyone's opinion, but that's my girl, and I know how to handle my situations. If y'all do as not assume, yes, it looked one way, but, and then I read the other one.
Okay, we needed that top half first, because otherwise this sounds crazy.
I know. I said I said I messed up and read the wrong one first. Abby, you heard me say that. Go ahead.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I missed it.
You know, I'm always gonna be real. I said I messed up. I'm sorry, I read the wrong one first. So yes. So now we got the message. I'll give my last. Abby, go ahead. You want to start? What are your thoughts, Mama?
I understand you being in your feelings because they've been talking about it for a year and nobody said anything to you. And you didn't say nothing crazy in this text message. And this is to your family. Yeah, I don't have a problem with this. Now that I know it's from Lakeisha and I heard the first half of the message, yeah, I don't have a problem with this. I don't. All you had to do was ask and not make an assumption. And once y'all asked, y'all would have found out that I was the jackass in this situation. But all you had to do was ask. all you had to do was ask. And I know people don't want to necessarily delve into, like, you see things happen in front of you, but you sometimes you be like, oh, I want to be nosy, but I feel like it would be inappropriate for me to ask what the fuck is going on, especially in the midst of your mama just died. You're clearly in active grief, right? And your girlfriend is showing her something's got to be going on, but I don't feel like this is the time to pick at it. Now, if you had waited like a couple, 3-4 months, and then pulled them in and had a conversation with them about this particular situation, that would have gone better. But to wait an entire year until y'all are in front of cameras to address it, I think was a little fugazi.
Now y'all understand, fugazi is a word we use to hear community reviews, and we use it quite often for just fugazi shit. Period. Understand?
Nope.
Okay. So, man, if fugazi to me is wrapped up in this like a piece of bacon around some jalapeno and cheese in the middle and cream cheese. So, Dina, what are your thoughts about this hotmess.com, mom? Or you still, I'm sorry, I didn't say you eat. My bad.
No worries.
Okay, go ahead.
My thought process is I agree with Ebby, and there should have been a conversation after, like, hey, that's my girlfriend. Let me explain to you what happened and what y'all saw. Now, y'all know I am a firm believer in keeping family out of certain parts of your relationship, because the family will only remember the bad. Whenever you be like, oh, my man, my girl did X, Y, Z, but then you don't say, oh, but they brought me some flowers and they took me out on this romantic dinner and I was jumping to conclusions. You don't tell them that part. So all they know is the bad. And sometimes even if you do tell them that part, all they remember is the bad. You might forgive your spouse, partner, significant other, life partner, whatever, but your family will not. So in order to let them, you already know how your family dynamic is. So if I was in that situation, I know my family gossip. We gossip like a motherfucker. So if my family would have witnessed a situation like that, I would have had to call some type of family meeting and said, hey, what y'all saw at the funeral was a direct reaction to me being faulty, fugazi, a shithead, asshole, out of character, whatever. That's not her character. She was reacting to something I did. I have to take responsibility for her actions because I did something to her to make her react that way. Y'all should not fault her in that situation. She wasn't wilding out. She wasn't being super jealous. She wasn't being, psycho and not respecting the time frame we were in. I did some foul shit in that time frame, and that was her reaction, which is she was right to have that reaction. You have to take responsibility and accountability, and yeah, it shouldn't have been a year later. But at the same time, when they had that first dinner, even Keisha didn't know that they were feeling some type of way. The whole family had been feeling some type of way for over a year and something, and nobody had even said that to Keisha. So Keisha and Caramel was sitting there bewildered, like, I didn't know y'all was talking about that incident. They thought they had dealt with the incident between the two of them, not realizing the family was still holding on to it. So they didn't even know.
That's why you don't tell your family everything about your
That's true.
This is why when you get into arguments and disagreements and some shit go down in your relationship, if you are going to in the long term work it out and get back together, or this is just a small bump in the road, don't go back telling your family all of that business,
right?
Because you gonna go back and forgive him, and y'all back to smiling and kissing each other and all in each other's face, and your family still cutting their eyes at this fool because you forgiving them, but they
every time.
Listen, they made it sound like she was at Jermisha's house, right? And so they witnessed this. The ex-girlfriend was calling while she was grieving at Jermisha's house.
They all saw it.
Keisha was there with Caramel, and they saw it. And or even if only one sister cousin saw it, you know she called the others.
Yes.
And talked about it. So this is a situation of you need to explain what you did and take accountability for Caramel's actions, because it wasn't like you went to your family and was like, oh my God, I was grieving my mama and she was wilding out about my phone. It was witnessed. So it's on Keisha to clear it up with the family.
Lord have mercy. So I wanted to go ahead and Jaquita is actually on, what do you call it? She's in Mexico, or what do you want to say? She's in Mexico. So Chris is there because I love Chris, and especially the relationship with him and Jaquita, and then also too with his son. He was talking about how his dad was incarcerated. I know. Look, he would say he was incarcerated, and so his relationship with him and his son is very important, which I did love. Right, him talking about that. You know, it was just being on FaceTime. Even the baby, the little boy was talking about, the mama was like, what y'all finna do? He said, Mama, we cooking rice. He said, no, we're not cooking rice, we're cooking spaghetti. And even when he was talking to the little baby, the baby was falling down. Get up. I love the real, because that's how we are. You know, it wasn't like, I just was noticing it's very genuine. It's not like fake. Like, boy, you get up. If I'm on camera in the reality TV show, baby, you gonna hear me say all type of stuff. So don't record me. But I just love just that whole scene. I wanted to point that out. Ebby, Dina, y'all give me your thoughts. We'll move on to next scene. But I want to get your thoughts about that part. I thought it was cute.
I too love the relationship that Chris has with his kids. I like the relationship that he has with his wife. I am Team Chris when it comes to this contract situation. Like,
we'll get into that.
and let's rewind back to that damn brokers brunch, and they talk about, well, why wasn't Chris here? And she was like, he had a previous engagement, and he had scheduled that engagement before the brunch was even scheduled. So they were there first. It's first come, first serve. I don't know, like, y'all want him to be. He clearly has a business independent.
Yeah, he does.
The brokerage. So y'all have got to y'all know he wants a contract in place to when he needs to be and where he needs to be and how that's going, so he knows how he can move around in his own independent company.
But Abby, my disconnect with that and my questions with that is this: when you hear Nicole say that every time I get an alert with the money being deposited in your account, and I heard the girls say there are contracts in place and things that are done that Chris has not done, but they made a point and they highlighted, because you saw the description, it said the photo shoot he was doing was not braided. They put it in the caption. So that's where my question is: if money is coming out from braiders to your account, but you're not doing no, that's what I'm saying. If you're getting paid to do contract or things for braiders and you're not doing those obligations and you're getting paid, but you're doing your outside stuff as a priority, that doesn't make any sense. I'm saying
it does make sense. If that thing was on the calendar before the brokers brunch.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. Not that one situation. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase this. I meant overall. But I'm not talking about that one situation. I understand that was already in place. I'm not disputing that. I mean overall, because I feel like that's been an issue back and forth. Dina, go ahead, Dina.
That's what I was trying to say, because clearly something was on the calendar before they did that. But I'm with you on him needing a contract, because if you say, hey, I might need you on the 19th, okay, and then here it is the 14th, and you ain't said nothing, and then somebody else calls me and says, hey, I want to do an all-day photo shoot at the lake. I got 5 or 6 models, blah, 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 whatever. I'm going to pay you $5,000, and you book it. And then on the 15th, they say, hey, on the 19th, we need, hold on. You asked me on the 1st to be available on the 19th. Then you wait for 14 days. I didn't already book something else. like there has to be some type of time frame involved. Like I need 48, 72, 7 days notice for whatever it is that y'all need me to do.
Okay,
And
well, hold
I'll
on.
be in the office
Wait, hold on.
Monday,
Let me just say this. If there's money, now, everything you both, I'm actually agreeing with what Dina is saying and Ebony is saying. But what I'm saying is, if there's a certain amount coming, like we all get paid, whatever, 15, 18, like a basic base pay every month, and you're not making my company a priority, I'm going to take issue with that. Not subtracting you having your contracts separate from your other companies. I'm gonna always support. I'm talking about this is me. What you're doing outside that, I have no issue with that. But if you are, I'm me. You're getting. I see a deposit. Oh, deposit to Chris' account on the 15th, and yet this whole month, everything I've asked you to do, you couldn't do it because you have your other stuff. I'm going to take issue with that. So
Okay,
I'm just.
here's my thing. Here's my thing about what the contract needs to be. If I am signing a contract with you to engage my services for a 12-month period, we're gonna do contract year by. We're gonna do a new contract we're gonna revisit this contract by December 15th. I need all the dates for the following year that you are going to need me for, so I know how to maneuver around in engaging other business than just yours, because you're not the only one paying me to be available on certain dates. So if the Christmas photo shoot, the family reunion photo shoot, new brokers, like if we get new brokers like once every 6 months, I need a whole day where we're doing headshots for the new brokers that have come on to the thing and they need headshots. We're doing that twice a year, and I will schedule those days, and then the new brokers will need to either catch one of these 2 days and schedule the time. We'll plug the time in when they'll be in to do their photo shoot, but you'll be all day there all day doing that particular work. I need this date for the Christmas party. I need this date for the 4th of July cookout, blah, blah, blah. Whatever dates that you need me contracted for, I need them by December 15th so I can fill out my calendar so I can start booking other things in and around what it is that you need from me. Now, the fact that we have a contract and you pay me, say, $100,000 for the entire year, and it's broken up over the 12 months, and every 2 weeks I get a paycheck. I don't care if y'all don't have anything booked for me this month. This is the contract that we signed. This is what I have contracted you for. This is how I get paid. If there are other things that you need to plug in, then I need at least 2 weeks notice before. I need a date, time, and location to plug that in. So again, I can continue to book in and around you guys, because you are not my only client.
So I love it too. I don't think that they want him exclusively. I think the code. If I'm paying you every month and I'm not getting results, I'm going to take issue with that. That's not being addressed.
Which is why I said
no. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Let me wait. Let me just say this. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's why I said I agreed with the two of you as far as the scheduling and this, that, and the third, because it helps both parties, him, Brady, and whoever else he's dealing with. I have no problem with that. What I'm saying is I'm confused because I feel like I'm not getting the whole picture in this situation, because if you're saying I'm paying you, like Abby said, every 2 weeks, whatever, on 50 you get paid, and you're not getting results, I'm trying to understand why and what's going on with that. That's all that I'm saying.
Because clearly that there were no dates given. We just want to be, when we called you, we need you to come and do whatever we need you to do.
But they didn't say that though. They didn't say that.
And listen. And what if there's we signed the contract, you've given me all the dates that you need, and I'm able to book around whatever it is that y'all have contractually obligated me to be there for. And say it's the month of February, and February is slow, but I want to do now out of the blue. Oh, I got the bright idea on February the 3rd that I want to do like a Valentine's Day something, and I want you to be able to do such and so, and I've already booked out my February because you didn't have any dates in February, I'm still going to get paid in February because you've contracted me throughout the entire year. However, I'm not at this point. By February 3rd, my whole February is booked up with other things. I can't do anything until March opens up, and then we can maybe do something. But you didn't contractually obligate me to give me any dates in February that there was something that you wanted me to do, and for you to get a wild hair up your ass and then come to me last minute and say, oh, I had this bright idea that I want to do this, but I am no longer able to do that because I don't have any room in my schedule. Whose fault is that? Not mine.
That's exactly where I was going with it, because I feel like they want him in the office in his creative juices and whatnot. And then it's like, oh, if we come up with this, we come up with that. But you've not contracted me to be in the office. You call me when you need me. And if I'm available, then I'm available. But you haven't like Ebony said, you haven't contracted dates. So when she says she's not getting results, I want more context. Are you asking him for dates where he has something already booked, or he just say he not showing up? That's two different conversations.
We need some more context.
This is why that's why I struggle with this topic. I think it's more suited because the fact of the matter is, I'm trying to find the scene on my phone when Jermisha and Nicole was talking. They were saying stuff like, "I'm over the Chris situation." It's just more to that. I know what you guys are saying. I'm saying when I break things down. Hold on. I'm sorry, but let me say that. When I break things down, I like to look at all sides. And yeah, I know I do. You know, I'm not gonna just like. I just felt that there's missing there because I'm trying to. When I see the reaction of the two of them about Chris, and then what Chris is saying, I just feel like there's something that's missing for me to really comment about it.
I feel like it's a miscommunication, and I feel like the ladies, I feel like, oh, so I'm going to do the brokers brunch. It's March 2nd. I'm going to do the brokers brunch next weekend, and I have called to set up the venue and blah blah blah. Chris, can you be at the brokers brunch? It's March 2nd. Say the next weekend is like the 9th, and he's like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm already contracted to do something else that weekend. I feel like they're not giving him enough lead time, and it's bumping up against stuff that he's contracted to do outside of the family business. And I feel like that's starting to happen a lot as he gets more and more business. And so they feel like he should always be available for them whenever they get ready to do something, even if there's no more lead time than a week. And maybe that used to be what they could do. But now that he's getting more and more business, it's becoming more and more, no, I can't do it because of XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And so now they feel like they sick of it because they don't have an on-call photographer. And there's no contractual obligation for him to be on call for them. And so now there has to be a meeting of the minds, and it be more structural on what his obligations and contractual agreements actually are. I feel like that's where we are now. It's like they're used to him being at their beck and call, and now that he is getting more and more business and can't be at their beck and call, and the couple of times they said, well, we need you to right now. And he's like, I can't because I'm doing XYZ now. And he's like, I'm not going to stifle the growth of my business because I can't be at you guys' beck and call. So now we need to have some contracts put in place so we both have an understanding of what is and isn't required of me. And I don't think that's fair. That seems only fair and right to me. But who is me? What do I know?
I was trying to hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Just real quick. Peace Johnson says, "What's the subject? Sounds like gossip. Y'all enjoy the stream, baby. I don't even know who you are. This is actually a live. We're talking about a TV show on network, but you coming to my live kind of, rough. What's the subject? Sounds like gospel. Y'all join the stream, baby. You didn't have to even say anything. If you come into a live that you don't know anything about, you listen, move out, leave, whatever. There's no need for your comment. So we're good on you as well. Thank you so much. So anyway, I was trying to find a clip where it was Chris was talking about, because I know he took a photo shoot. I don't know why can I find that clip where he is talking about and even at the end for the next episode, they're gonna have a hold on. Think about it.
I remember that clip.
But I'm trying to find it's the other clip.
What the hell is going on? For a contract, you have it. It's in black and white. Here they come now. Next on Family Inbox.
Give me a little bit more energy than that.
I have a bad toe and a bad foot. For a contract, you have it. It's in black and white.
A slap in the face. At this point, what I feel like I'm going to need to do is step aside. I'm not signing that contract.
What the hell is going on?
Not what the hell going on.
So and that was his wife. So the scene that I was really looking for is the one where he is doing a photo shoot. I don't know why I can't find the scene. And they're asking what Chris was there, but they're saying not Braden, and what she's talking about the money. Like I said, there's to me a fan. Okay, hold on right quick. Wait a minute, just a second. Give me just a second. That funny, not trying to a fan. I don't know who you are, but baby, you about to because I'm trying not to be distracted by you, but you about to be blocked. Okay, so anyway, because I have my no tolerance.com, I just don't have it. I'm too old. So anyway, I can't find that saying, but I have to think that for all of us, we do need more content when it comes to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump ahead and talk to the next Jaquita and Chris, because the one thing Jaquita was talking about what the hell going on, because she's saying is we need to make a decision because we have bills. She said the one thing with Braden, you have contracts and cash and money that will come. What you want to do is separate from Braden. It's gonna be a hit or miss if you have money and we have bills to pay. This is what Jaquita was saying. Okay, so Jamisha, we're at Jamisha's house where we are, get to see her side of her family. We see her and Justin. He's a musician and a realtor, and they have the baby. And I was like, they do a lot. They do a lot in that household. The little boy is so cute, and Justin is so cute too. I just want to say that. The men are just cute. I already said that already. This is my opinion. Okay. JJ looks just like his mama, the little baby. So I did like all of that whole entire scene, but I feel like Jamisha looks like burnout. I am gonna say that part.
I feel like Jamisha is operating out of a scarcity mindset to where she's like, I feel like they don't seem to be in any kind of financial distress from what we can see. It's just from what we can see. They don't seem to be, but it feels like maybe they had been, and so she didn't like ever being in that position. So she's like, you better take this guaranteed money from my family and stop playing around, because I'm not gonna live in a tent with you in the park, brother. We not finna do that. And so she's operating out of I don't want to be back in that particular place. And not necessarily that's what their reality is, or if their reality is not even close to them being in a place where they scratching and surviving just to make sure that they have food to eat and their bills is paid. But she don't ever want to be back in that place. So she's doing things to continually stack and you know what I'm saying? So I think that maybe has something to do with how she is speaking about her husband and these contracts with the family.
Right. You can't just be quitting a job and be digging into savings and be all willy-nilly chasing a dream or whatnot.
Child, he clearly has a successful photography business. It's not like he at the Kroger selling his mixtapes out of the trunk of the car.
I'm so sorry. Leave it to black women to jump to negative conclusions. You could do this on your phone, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you on your phone? But no, you are about to be blocked. I don't have time. I just told your ass I don't have time for this shit. But it's okay because you are now blocked. Get the fuck up out of my chat. Thank you. Over it.
And I was just saying, she's talking about we jumping to negative.
That is trash.
And you being negative, saying that we could have did this on the phone. Like, do your
rude.
research. Like, click on Kamisha Reviews link and see all the numerous shows on numerous channels, from the Mole to the Challenge to Big Brother, all the shows on Bravo, VH1, NBC, ABC.
Let me tell you something. Hold on.
Sit up here
The thing about it is I enjoy doing what I do. I am a part of press. I am a YouTube journalist. I am a blogger. I'm a podcaster. I am all those things. I can say these things, stand 10 toes on it, and have receipts to prove it. So you say, you're on your phone. You're probably on your phone right now with your flip phone. Okay? I'm sorry. My bad. We're back.
Almost made me spit out my liquor.
The fuck? Metro PCS looking. Anyway, we done.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm just saying. She clearly doesn't know where she's at. She was scrolling down YouTube and clicking on something.
Nasty word, baby. Nasty word. They come here saying black women just, okay. So we can't have opinion. We've had a good, we're judging black women. We do this. We're bloggers, we're podcasters. We enjoy talking about these things because this show speaks to us because on different levels, family, business, whatever. And we're having good discussions and people come through here and they enjoy it. And out of everybody come through the chat, we look up and see your negative comment. No, ma'am, I'm not putting up with it. When I on this channel, I let people be free and chill and enjoy themselves. But I will read you and take your soul. You come through disrespect. Period. Everybody knows that. 100%. Let's go. I ain't got time for it. Okay, I'm done.
She said, "Bitch, what the fuck?" I felt a little too short in there.
Wait a minute.
Where's my whistle?
Wait, Happy looked to the side and was like, wait, what?
I stunned. I was praying you didn't see that other comment about the black women being negative because I knew where it was going after that. And I was like, oh God. I was over here praying. Oh, don't let her see the comment. Somebody say something else. Somebody say something else so it scroll up so she'll see it, Jesus.
Look, if anybody in here know this girl, friends with this person or whatever, tell them do their research and figure out what the fuck is really going on. Or they get their feelings hurt.
Because the thing about it, you guys didn't say anything. That's how I was like, but then see what
we know what it is.
But I saw Dina's comment when she said, peace, this is us. I said, wait a minute, what did she say? That's only a response. Then I scrolled up and I said, oh, hell no. Raven said you tried.
Listen, Raven, you did the best you could.
Oh, God, Jesus, help. Okay.
Oh, Jesus, this gonna go left, God.
Okay.
Jesus. I said, if Kamisha see this comment, it's gonna be. I said, okay, let me fix my.
Oh Lord,
I love you for when the dragon happens, because if Kamisha see this
comment, it's about to go down. It's about to go down.
They were trying to save her too. Oh well, it is what it is. She already blocked. Bye. Anyway, so Lakeisha and La Mama looking for homes, and they're worried about the family saying something. This is when we find out that Lakeisha, did some dirt. Her looking for homes beforehand. One thing Lakeisha said, well, I've always been kind of like the different one in the family. When I figured out that because she has a 20-year-old son, and because the boyfriend was sneaking in the window and they would get that, and they had a baby. But she said she figured out later on in life that she liked women and her family had an issue with it. So it's a little bit different. This is when we find out by the pool, looking at houses, that Lakeisha did something. She just didn't detail what that was. Dina, looking for a home before marriage, doesn't matter. Does it really matter?
I don't know. This is 2024, 2023, whenever they take this. It's not the 50s anymore. The only thing I can say with purchasing a home like that and you're not married, even when you're married, I believe the deed should be in both people's names if both people put the down payment down. If one person is doing all the work, then the deed goes in their name. But I just really feel like this is one of those things, like even getting an apartment with the lease, like you got to make sure it's equal. You know what I'm saying? That people are putting equal investments in it. I don't have a problem with buying a home or leasing an apartment or home or whatever before marriage, because again, people switch up on you. In order to know how a person really is, you got to live with them, travel with them, go through them in difficult times, when they're happy, sad, all that. You need to see all those emotions day to day, because when you're in a honeymoon stage and I come to your house and you come to my house, okay, yeah, I'm gonna clean up before you come over. Yeah, I'm gonna put fresh sheets on the bed before you come over, and I'm gonna put on my best, mask when you come over. But you need to see me waking up, morning breath, snoring, farting in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? Do I leave the dishes in the sink overnight for 3, 4 days? You need to see all that before, do I do laundry or do I just pick up clothes and smell them to see if they clean or not? You need to know all these things about a person before you commit forever.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry, I'm laughing at something. Who shot is loud, Jesus? So,
Oh, Jamisha in the chat.
come on, Jamisha in the chat. What's up, Pookie? Now y'all know it's Jamisha and I'm Kamisha, so I call her cuz for another. Yes, ma'am. So I'm just laughing because we've been going in a little bit on this live, but it is what it is. Okay. So I want to talk about what's next? She was friends with her ex. Okay, so the whole thing with the cabbage scene. The reason why I want to talk about this, I want to say this for me. The whole thing with the cabbage scene to me was like, I don't know, it was pretty deep because my mother loved making cabbage. I was taught how to make cabbage through her. My grandmother, everybody else. It was a thing. I just really enjoyed the whole scene, getting Granny out of the car. Even Granny saying it's a damn shame you just your first time making cabbage. That whole thing just had me so. It was just my heart tugged on the whole thing. So I mean, my family's from the South, and cabbage is a big deal. I know people might not get it if they're not from it. I don't know, people might not get it, but I wanted to know, ladies, what you guys did. It mean anything to you to see that her taking time with Granny and her daughter being there? It was just a whole. I loved it. But.
So here's my only confusion with this whole thing. Was she saying that she didn't know how to make cabbage, or was Granny coming over to teach baby girl how to make the cabbage?
She said she had never made cabbage never.
Before.
And she also wanted her daughter to. That's why the granny says it's a shame you never made cabbage before. That's why she said the granny's just fired. She said it's a shame. That's why she wanted her daughter to see the interaction between her and Granny. Also, the adoptive talk, because she's trying to adopt a baby. Hearing that she was adopted at 5. Her mama gave her, Oscar Reen's mother gave her away at 5 months old. In fact, Nicole wants to adopt a baby. That was also a part of the conversation. It was just a really good scene for me. But go ahead.
I thought it was lovely. I had that moment with my grandma teaching me how to make her mac and cheese and her potato salad, and the cabbage and the collard greens and the smothered turkey wings and fried pork chops and smothered pork chops and how to fry chicken. My grandma taught me a lot. Listen, you on mute, baby.
Oh, Abby, I need to sign up for the mac and cheese class, please.
I got you. My grandma taught, and in fact, I'm the one in charge of the mac and cheese at family gatherings now. Like they don't even give me a choice when we be doing a list of who's doing what. They immediately put mac and cheese next to my name. So like I've had these things with my grandmother, and my kids have had this same situation with my mom, teaching them, and it's just a generational thing. And then I'm going to do it with my grandkids, and not just the girls. I'm doing it with Scooter Boop. I'm gonna do it with Sultan when he gets a little older, because right now he don't care about none of that if it's not a truck.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's a beautiful thing too, because those times you can't get back. Like, you know, it's
Right.
one thing to sit around and watch, but you could, those are memories. Like when you're in the kitchen and you making the recipe, then you can remember, oh, Granny told me to do this, or Grandpa told me to hook the barbecue sauce up like that. And then, you know, you just think back on those memories while you making the recipe.
Agree. Agreed. It just was a
You
it was a nice scene that I
exactly
wanted to bring up. It was a nice
right,
scene for
and
me.
it's done with more than just food, because like my granddaughters and Scooter watch me on YouTube. My kids play my YouTube videos for my
Oh wow.
grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll get a FaceTime call from Sahara and Savannah, the two oldest girls, and they have stuff all over their face. They got colors all over their face, and they said, we look just like you, Grandma, because they did a makeup tutorial and they put makeup all over their face. And
Lord
Scooter
Jesus.
has come in here while I have been putting on makeup, and he's like, Mima is beautiful, Scooter is beautiful, and can I put some makeup on? And I say, sure. I don't care if he's a boy. Sure, if that's what you want to do, put it on. It's an experiment. It doesn't mean that we pushing anything on him. It's just that he
Right.
wants to do what he
Right.
sees is being
Right.
done. Just
Mhm.
like when I'm in the kitchen cooking and he pulls his chair up to the kitchen counter, so because he wants to help me. And he wants to repeat what he sees being done. Just like when his daddy is up under the hood of the car, he wants to be up under the hood of the car because he wants to repeat what's he sees being done. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to pass down things from one generation to the other. Now, neither one of my daughters wear makeup at all.
Right.
They don't care nothing about it. But my grandbabies be like, Mommy might be on TV putting on the makeup. They kill me when they call me, and they have it. It be all over their face. It don't even remotely be
right.
close enough. It looks gorgeous. I don't even care. They're like, Mima, we look just like you. I said, you sure do. You sure do. So I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to pass down those things, just like they're passing down this real estate business from generation to generation, also passing down the food. That's how we've always been as a people, we've had no choice but to orally pass down things from one generation to another. That's how we don't lose who we are as a people. So I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah, that was just a really good scene. So, what's going on? Okay. Okay, so for me, this episode I feel like was deep on a lot of levels. As far as the cabbage scene was the last scene I kind of had that I wanted to discuss, because it was very deep for me for just a lot of reasons, family or whatever. But I do before Sister Ebony comes to the pulpit. Oh, my bad. I want to everybody to take a channel of Kamisha Reviews, which I don't know how in the world, in the planet Earth, you are new to Kamisha Reviews, the queen of reality TV.
The queen.
Period. So I need you guys to make sure that you hit Cash Apps to my other queen, which is Ebony Reviews, and then aka Christina, the Receipt Queen, which is her channel. Make sure y'all follow the Receipt Queen. We're trying to get her to 1,000K. I'm gonna start adding this to the live 1,000K. The Receipt Queen. Make sure y'all follow her. Type in chat on YouTube, Dina. Make sure y'all please go and follow her on YouTube. But Sister Ebony, are you making your way down to the pulpit? You know it's been a week. It's been a week. Sister Ebony, make your way down. Y'all know. Hold on. Y'all know. Y'all know. Look, it's been over an hour and 13 minutes, and Jack is starting to hit me a little bit. So anyway, we got cake and ice cream and chicken in the back. Okay, cake and ice cream, chicken in the back. So y'all make sure y'all make your way to the back too as well. But Sister Ebony, before the jack take too much and I have to cut somebody else out, we are going to go ahead and close this down. Are we ready?
Okay. All right. If all hearts and minds are clear, amen. Dear Heavenly Father, it's again that we come to you once again, just thanking and praising you for all that you are and all that you do, dear God. Dear God, we just want to ask that you continue to let this show be a blessing to us and everyone else. Dear God, we are asking that Mr. Frank get in the chair and explain how he had 2 children 5 months apart and be truthful with his answers so that his remaining baby mother nor his daughters have to explain his choices. God, we hope that this show gets picked up for a second season and the continued success of this Black family, God. We bless Sister Kamisha for reaching another birthday and you seeing fit that she get another 365 days, God. I think that covers everything that we have. Oh, one more thing. For Sister Peace Johnson, who got put out earlier, daughter, we pray that you become more like your name instead of coming places and sowing seeds of discord, daughter. We pray that hate out of your heart to come in and make crazy comments about something that you know nothing about. All right? And God, if you do these things, we'll be so careful to give your name the honor and the glory that you deserve. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, y'all know what you do. Hit the like button, subscribe. All the queens. So, really quick, Dina, what you got going on your channel? Abby, what you got going on? Tell me.
I just got House of the Dragon. Of course, I'm here on Saturdays for Family Empire. And then on Tuesdays, I do Baddies Caribbean. I'm waiting on Jocelyn's Cabaret Texas to come on.
Oh, yeah, we was collaborating on that one.
And then on Wednesdays, Love and Marriage, Huntsville on Confessions of Reality Queen. It's
you went mute for a second. I don't know what happened. Your sound went out, Mom. I don't know what happened. So as far as I don't normally cover it, but I don't cover the Jocelyn. That's all been my girl thing. But because they're gonna be in Texas, I'm gonna be covering Houston, and I'm pretty sure me and Dina go some kind of way to Houston. I already know it. Some kind of girls trip, crazy shit. It's gonna probably be crazy with the Johnson's Cabaret. So I'm looking forward to that and collaborating with you and Confession, whatever y'all gonna do. So, Abby, what you got going on your channel, Mama?
Okay, so tonight at 8:30, I think, it's Abby and the Straight Man. We are discussing the part 2 of the Chase and Dallas reunion. On Wednesday, me and Kiss My Cheeks TV gonna be discussing the Dragons and their shenanigans. Also, sometime this evening, I'll be on Angela Rache's channel and we're discussing the RuPaul's Drag Race.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't watched the episode yet, but I will before. Listen, I watched the Houston thing. Like I finished it like 5 minutes before we started.
Be like that.
But listen, that's it for now. And then next week, me and the Straight Man are gonna start Super Sale.
Okay.
So,
that was so good too. Okay, so me. Yes, it was for me. Y'all know, I recently was told a couple weeks ago, maybe a week or two ago, that I'm actually gonna be doing an exit interview with Big Brother. I'm very excited for that. Only a select few gets that. CBS has normally journalists from it's people who know they know it's a thing. It's that select few get exit interviews with Big Brother, and I'm gonna be on the list. It's very, very, it's giving. Yes, I'm very excited about that. Okay, so also with that, y'all know I'm still doing Netflix stuff or whatever, and I also got Red Live coming up in the fall, but Big Brother from Takeover and the Challenge interviews. I just did one recently with the House on Fire with AJ. That interview was everything. In fact, we're doing a part 2 to that interview. That interview was baby, woo. But we're doing part 2. Abby, I know you do the show as well. That AJ was giving so much, girl. I'm telling you, it wasn't enough time. So we're gonna do a part 2 to that, and I can't because the finale comes on this week, I think, right? House on Fire.
I don't know. I think it's 10 episodes, so I'm not sure.
I think
it's like 3 more episodes.
I could have sworn he said it was 1 more episode, but either way it goes, it's gonna be That show's giving a lot too. So I'm excited for all the things that God's blessed me with, because of the fact that I've worked really hard to get here where, yes, being on YouTube is a blessing, but I always try to extend it further than that, whether it be my mentorship program or me doing interviews with people on movies or different things, or even just doing a Netflix or CBS, all things I do, because I have such a goal that I'm trying to achieve, and that I'm just proud of all the work that I've done. Me doing this panel is something that I love doing, because people that I surround myself with, the queens that I do, are intelligent and bring so much to the panel that it's fun for me, but at the same time I know it's just a blessing. So I'm just blessed and the things that have been on my plate and in my life. So I want to say that. And then yeah, my birthday just passed, and so I'm kind of feeling like, mushy and shit, but it's all good. I'm getting older. Shout out to Abby for shouting it out. What she said, that means something to me. I was about to cry. I was like, damn, I'm getting old. But just her mentioning that in the prayer, I loved it. I've known Abby before. Abby known me before this, and she known me beats at the commission. She already knows. That's why they're trying to protect peace and love and all the shit, because they knew I was going to give her to her. Then I did. And Dina as well, because I met her after Beat Sector, and she's just one of my writers as well. So I love this live. It was a good live. So I just want to say all that and give y'all flowers and all the crap. I'm drinking, so I'm feeling emotional. I'm so sorry, y'all. But anyway,
Cheers.
all right, y'all. She said hers is empty. All right, y'all. That being said, we out of here. Make sure y'all hit that like, comment, and subscribe on all things, and y'all know who this is. One thing I want you guys to know, and that nothing that will never change about this, I am the queen of reality TV. Don't get it twisted and don't doubt it. It is what it is. Period.